Welcome to Fuller Speed Ahead. I'm JT Engstrom, Chief Strategy Officer of FreightWaves. I'm here with Mike Ceravolo, Chief Commercial Officer of Beemac Logistics, and Jordan Reber, EVP of ARL Logistics. Guys, welcome to Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for joining us. I know it's a trip from Pittsburgh, but it's great to have you to town. I know you spent the majority of the day checking the facility, checking the area,
It's awesome.
understanding the logistics community, which I realize has some parallels to Pittsburgh, and we'll get into that throughout this chat. But again, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. I thought maybe to start, we could dive into each of your business models, the history of the inception, founding, how it's evolved, how the growth has been driven. Really interested to hear that. Mike, maybe we'll start with you.
Sure. Yeah, so Beemac started 1984. We just celebrated our 35th anniversary this past year. So it really started as a asset-based trucking company and really just grew incrementally over the years from one truck to 4 to 10 and so forth, and really kind of operated as a niche flatbed, heavy haul industrial focused carrier. Really until about 2016, there was a definite focus on kind of either growing into the next level or kind of contracting into a more niche space, just because of increased regulations, rising costs. So Beemac made the decision, really wanted to forge ahead and grow the company and diversify. So since that time, some key executives were brought on, some strategic initiatives were implemented. Our truck count grew from 125 when I joined in 2016, October of 16, to just under 550 power units today. Again, primarily heavy haul and flatbed focused. On the logistics side, we really had one legacy broker that managed the overflow of the company in 16. And today we're sitting at about 100 logistics professionals, 3 offices, and combined the company went from 24 million to fast forward to today, we're going to close out 19 at about 200 million in net revenue.
The gross revenue.
Yes.
That's incredible. And now the flatbed space is pretty unique, both from a cyclicality point of view, an end market exposure point of view, a power and equipment and trailing equipment point of view, and also the needs of the driver.
Sure.
And a $200 million brokerage on top of that's really impressive. That's an impressive operating company.
Yeah, and even more exciting, this year actually Beemac became employee owned. Beemac Inc. is 100% employee owned. So
through an ESOP?
Through an ESOP. Yes,
okay. Okay. That's great that you guys did the ESOP. Has that gone well?
It's been fantastic. The employees were so invigorated and excited about it.
Yeah.
It was really, it was a single owner operation, and really it was a very generous move and a noble move on his part to take that.
Did the drivers participate in that?
The company drivers, yes.
Wow. And so for those who don't know, an ESOP is an employee stock ownership program. So you effectively allocate the equity to the employees of the company in some sort of distribution in exchange for what could be perceived as a phantom 401k type of contribution, if you will. That's incredible.
Yep, very excited. Very excited.
And now, so within the industrial economy, if you will, now that you guys are flatbed exposed, what are kind of the biggest end markets you guys focus on or specialize on?
Sure. So we're very industrial focused. Oil and gas is the biggest majority of that. So we do a lot of machinery, tubular products, line pipe, OCTG, really, and outside of that, building materials as well. So we're doing lumber, we're doing structural steel, plate, coils. Okay. But oil and gas product is a big part of what we do. Okay. And again, the logistics arm, we're all things to all people. So we are truly a solutions provider. Yeah. We do everything from full managed outsourced logistics, 3PLs, to spot brokerage and all modes. So we do operate our own transloading facility where we load barges. We operate pipe yards and storage facilities. We do LTL, we do air, we do ocean, and we do rail.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's incredible. Great to hear. Jordan?
Yeah, so ARL Network was started in the late 70s. R.J. Faraday, his son Ron Faraday, took it over as he came up through the ranks. He was born in trucking, is what we like to say.
Right. It's usually how it happens.
Yeah, exactly. So kind of similar, but we're in different niches, but similar stories and how we've been going at it. When I came on board, ARL was roughly around 500 trucks, heavy focus on intermodal drayage. Okay. Agent-based model. Yeah. So it was really ARL's job to provide these entrepreneurs a home and then give give them that additional value to help them grow their businesses or maintain their businesses if that's what they want. It's really up to them. What do they want? So what's great about the ARL network, it's a bunch of entrepreneurs working together to all be successful and promote that collaboration. So when I came on, it was my job to diversify the company. My background was in the 3PL side, heavy flatbed as well. But I had exposed to a lot of different things, and I got a year of schooling in drayage as well, so I wanted to bring that flavor. And so my goal was to now bring on logistics professionals that wanted to get stickier with the customers, and let's really try to solve some bigger problems. And we don't need to do it tomorrow. Like it's a long play. Let's take it in chunks to ensure success over a long period of time. And at the same time, the brand of ARL was always just our reputation and the fact that we shake your hand. That's what it is. The deal is the deal. Unless the other person breaks it, we're always going to honor it. ARL was actually majority purchased by US 1 Industries, so they're 60% owners, based out of Valparaiso, Indiana. In total, they have over 3,000 trucks under control, but they let each entity run separate ways. So ARL Logistics is based out of Pittsburgh, and US 1 Logistics out of St. Augustine are the two biggest entities, but there's plenty across the country. So I think for us we just have to educate people on who we are, because hell, I had to be educated when I came over to ARL. But now at this point, we're getting our name out there, and really just through networking. It's a strong passion for networking. I'm on the road a lot. Ron Farady's on the road a lot. My guys are out seeing people. That's really our core values, is to get out and build those relationships, find strategic partnerships, and then create mutually beneficial partnerships that are long-lasting.
Yeah, that's incredible. And now, so you guys are agent-based, asset exposed to the drayage side of the industry, but now your asset light side of the business also has a couple diverse offerings. Is that right? Can you talk to me a little bit about that?
Yeah, we have an in-house logistics model that I brought on. From there, we branched out to say, look, when there's opportunities, let's figure out ways to make them work.
Yeah.
So between our in-house logistics, then we have a couple outside logistics agents, and then we also have a sales agent program where, as we meet all these different people that have all these connections, we help them monetize those connections by saying, look, my team's really good at what they do. You walk us into the account, we'll pay you a commission, and you work the relationship side of it, we'll do the ops side of it. So if you want to do it all yourself, you can do that. If you don't want to do chase the trucks and deal with all the issues, we'll handle that for you. But if you're looking for full-time employment, we have that as well.
Yeah, interesting. So you have multiple different ways to address the space. So from an agent model perspective, how many agents do you guys have?
We have over 50 terminals.
Over 50 terminals. Wow, that's a lot.
Majority on the asset side, and that was we also brought on an agent recruiter that's based out in Alabama. His job is to diversify us on the asset side. Just bringing in some dry van agents, bringing in some flatbed agents as well.
Interesting.
So it was Ron's vision when he met me, 4.5 years ago, was let's take all these connections and start to build off of it. And not that we had a stigma of drayage on us, because it didn't make us a lot of money, but it was like we need to kind of remove that a little bit and get us exposed in other arenas.
So this is kind of cool. So you guys both know each other. You're both at operating companies that own assets and also have asset light operations. But then when you talk about the capital ownership, you're talking about an ESOP structure and an agent structure that has some private capital associated with it. Flatbed, drayage, asset light has multiple things, not just flatbed. Asset light has a collection of offerings to the customer, not just drayage. So in some ways, at a very high level, similarly structured models, in other ways, when you start looking at the details, very, very different. And that's interesting to, what I think will be interesting to discuss is a little bit between how you're seeing the market now, how you're playing it, how you're able to grow through it, and also how you are, and kind of compare how those different end markets are sort of performing as we discuss this.
So I'll start. For us, to quote our original founder, Rick Macklin, one of the most humble and just compassionate individuals I know, and a great leader. He has always been a huge believer of relationships, and so for us, most of our largest customers have been long-standing customers, and so we have carried that flag and really embodied that relationships move loads. So for us, that's been our tagline. And I think that has, one, helped us as we've added additional services. We've been able to go to those customers and say, look, we've serviced you for a long time in this way, and now we have a lot more things we can offer you. We're growing our services. Would you be interested in giving us a shot at this? And we've got an incredible response from that. Not only that, but I think we treat our business in a way that we truly do value our customers as partners. And I think for us, the growth has been super exciting and really pretty impressive, but we are really, I think, most appreciative of the fact that customers do respect that we honor our commitments, we're willing to do whatever it is to make our customers more successful. And so that's been a big belief for us, is relationships are the key to everything. Not just with our customers, but our colleagues, our coworkers, our vendors, obviously our staff, but the communities that we even work in. And we're very big on giving back and reinvesting in the communities that we live and work in. And that's kind of what brought us to this collaboration thought process as well.
And now, how are you seeing your industrial end markets right now? I realize 2019 is a challenging time for all trucking and asset light, broadly speaking. Tough comps from 2018. In the oil and gas space, tough comps from 14, early side of 15. How are you navigating those markets? And
Sure. Yeah. Well, I think we've been fortunate. We've certainly seen some customers take a significant slowdown, but we've had a lot of other customers who have managed to do very well and actually are increasing their market share and continuing to ship pretty steadily. So for us, we've continued to grow this year. Again, it's been a record year for us. We're going to have record revenues in 2019. So we've absolutely seen, like I said, that slowdown with some of those shippers, but we've continued to take market share and I think grow organically in a lot of different ways.
That's awesome.
So that's certainly helped.
And I would think that commitment to customer service is a big component of that.
I think too, the market created new opportunities, essentially. So, there was a trying time for a lot of small operators, and especially with our agent model. When insurance costs got to the place where they are, that opened up a lot of guys calling us now saying, hey, maybe they didn't want to make a deal before, but now I kind of need to make a deal. As long as we could help them and they weren't too far down that path, it's okay. Yeah. Drop the operating authority, drop the insurance, come under our umbrella. You'll get our back office. We'll take care of all those receivables. Just free you up to just go focus on your drivers, focus on your customers, and go back to growing. And so, same thing. We're up year over year in a down market because we were able to add, while others were subtracting.
And actually, I would add to that. We also are an agent-based company. We have an agent division, and on the trucking side, that's been a significant part of our growth. And on the logistics side as well, we've added agents. And I do believe that the attraction to us has been pretty interesting, I think, predominantly because of the assets, right? We have agents coming to us because we do have an asset division, and it is unique to me in a lot of ways.
Yeah. And now there's a huge culture amongst both of you guys in transportation, North America, broadly speaking, asset heavy and asset light. You both come from Pittsburgh. Can you talk to me a little bit about both of your sort of collective culture in transportation and also, Pittsburgh transportation culture broadly speaking? I know that's something you're passionate about.
Yeah, and I think so. I'm always going around the country promoting collaboration within our industry. Mike and I came together and said, hey, we need to be doing this more so in Pittsburgh as well, knowing that we all, the pie is so big and we only need a small piece of it. Let's just be really good at what we do and then partner with people that are really good at what they do. And ultimately, if we're out there talking to each other, sharing best business practices, talking about what technology we're looking at, talking about the failures that we've had, as we can all help each other, we're all going to be better off. So Mike and I came together to start promoting this message of collaboration and also to highlight Pittsburgh and get the message out that there's a lot of really good talent in Pittsburgh. We have access through our waterways, through the rail. They're doing big renovations on our airport, actually truck with flatbed and drive-in.
It's a huge distribution hub.
It's growing. I don't know if it gets the proper attention. So I think we're going to spotlight that. We're at the same time getting our message out about collaboration. And I think too, it's important to us about that giving back portion of it. That as we're doing these things, we got to put some of our effort into helping others and give back as we grow.
I think that's perfect.
Yeah, no, Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's a melting pot, right? So For us, we touched on some of the things. We have a great college and university system. We've got a ton of great customers in the region that are continuing to come to Pittsburgh and set up shop. So technology is a huge part of that. And I think for us, it's about just building organizations that really empower people to come to work, do their best, and really be rewarded for that. And I think that's been a big part of our success, is making sure that our employees feel that recognition and they're truly given a path to build their own destiny.
That's right. Well, with that, I want to thank you both for your time. We've got Michael Ceravolo, Chief Commercial Officer at Beemac Logistics, Jordan Reber, EVP at ARL Logistics. I'm JT Engstrom, Chief Strategy Officer at FreightWaves. If you haven't, check out FreightWaves TV on Apple TV, Roku, and all other digital platforms. If you're looking for a demo to Sonar, give us a call. We'd be happy to set you up. Again, I'm JT Engstrom. This is Fuller Speed Ahead. Thank you for your time.